All right, welcome back, everybody. We're diving deep into another Premier League matchup today, and
Sounds dangerous.
yeah, this one could get messy.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Everton versus Wolves. On paper, not exactly a top of the table clash,
No, not quite.
but hear me out on this one. Both these teams coming off brutal 4-0 losses.
Yeah. Ouch.
You've got Everton; they're desperate for goals. I mean, they can't buy a goal right now.
Lowest scoring team in the league, actually.
Yeah, it's painful to watch. And then you've got Wolves defensively. Yikes.
Yeah, they're leaking goals like a sieve.
It's a recipe for, well, something's going to happen, that's for sure.
Some kind of fireworks. I don't know if they'll be good fireworks or bad fireworks, but
Exactly. So let's break down the nitty-gritty here. Everton. Goal drought. Like, seriously, haven't scored since late October.
late October, that's what, like 2 months almost?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and to make matters worse, their record against Wolves lately is abysmal. 5 losses in their last 6.
Oof, that's got to sting.
Yeah, but there is a sliver of hope. They are unbeaten at home since September.
Ah, Goodison Park factor.
Yeah, exactly. Something about playing at Goodison Park just seems to,
Yeah, maybe there's something in the water over there or something.
maybe it's the fans. They really get behind the team.
Could be, could be. But then you flip the script, right, and you look at Wolves, and their defense, like we said, it's the leakiest in the entire Premier League.
It's hard to ignore that Bournemouth game a few weeks back. I mean, 3 goals down in the first 18 minutes.
Oh yeah, that was rough. Just brutal to watch. And to add insult to injury, they haven't kept a clean sheet away from home since January.
January. Wow, that's almost a full year.
So what's the deal there? Is it a personnel issue? Is it tactical? Is it just bad luck at this point?
I think it's a combination of factors, honestly. They've had some injuries, but there also seem to be some communication breakdowns at the back.
Yeah, and then you got Gary O'Neill, a manager, right? I mean, he came in with a lot of promise, but he's been under some serious pressure lately.
Yeah, even with that 4-game unbeaten streak they had recently, some fans are still calling for his head.
Brutal, brutal business, this.
Yeah, I mean, I read a quote where he said, and this is his quote, "I'm ready to fight." So we'll see if that translates to the pitch.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they bring that fight to Goodison Park. Now, let's talk about some of the players, right? Who are we watching in this match? Who could be the difference makers?
Well, for Everton, Ashley Young, he's been a key player for them at home.
Yeah, he's been involved in most of their goals, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's provided some assists, but he's also been solid defensively.
Right, right. And for Wolves, I got to think Matheus Cunha is the one to watch.
Yeah, he's been a real bright spot for them on the road. He's got pace, he's got skill, and he actually seems to love playing against Everton. I mean, he scored against them a couple of times already.
Interesting, interesting. So we got a guy who thrives at home for Everton, a guy who thrives on the road for Wolves. Should be a fun little battle.
Yeah, it could come down to who can impose their will on the match.
All right, before we wrap up here, I got to hit you with this stat.
Hit me.
Wolves, their last 5 away games, all of them, over 3.5 goals.
Well, that doesn't bode well for their defense.
No, not at all. I mean, it's almost like a guarantee at this point that their games are going to be goal fests.
Yeah, but it also makes you wonder, can Everton actually take advantage of this? I mean, can they finally find their scoring touch?
Right, right. Because if they can't score against this Wolves defense, then who can they score against?
Exactly. So that's the big question. Can they break the drought, or will Wolves' defensive woes continue?
So we got 2 teams, right? Both desperate for a win, both prone to some, shall we say, defensive lapses.
To put it mildly.
Yeah, to put it mildly.
Yeah.
What do you think? Could we see a high-scoring affair that kind of bucks the trend for both these clubs?
I think it's definitely possible. I mean, you got a team that can't score and a team that can't stop conceding goals. Something's got to give.
That's the beauty of football. You never know what you're going to get.
That's why we love it.
Exactly. Exactly. So, folks, let us know what you think. Who's going to win this one? What's the score going to be? We want to hear your predictions.
Yeah, hit us up on social media. Let us know.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive. But until then, enjoy the beautiful game.
Cheers.